Hello all. We'll start how the files can be used along with the if statement. In previous lecture we have seen the use of numbers, use of string along with the if statement. In previous lecture we have seen how any pattern can be searched in the given file name. So for that purpose we have accepted one pattern from the use and the file name. Then also we have checked whether the pattern is empty or the file name is empty or not. Okay, although user has entered some file name, but we need to check whether the file name is valid or not, if really exists in our system or not. So we'll do the change in the existing program. So we have accepted the file name from the user. So we'll delete this code, file name, and the pattern is accepted from the user. Now we have to check whatever the file name user has entered whether it exists or not. So option E along with the variable name fname is used to check whether file exists or not. So first we are checking whether the file exists or not. We'll run the script. Suppose we have entered the pattern cells, file name is emp.txt, pattern is present. Now again I will run the script. I have entered some pattern cells, but the file name is suppose random file name gst. So it's checking file does not exist, and as the file does not exist, so that's why we are getting the error message for the grep command and pattern not found. So file does not exist. If file exists, then what is the type of the file that we want to check? So again we'll move towards the script. Okay, if file exists, then what is the type of the file? So I will copy the same code, if statement. So option F is used to check whether it is a regular file or not. So file is regular. Whether it is regular or not. Then we'll remove this code. Just we want to check whether the file exists or not. That's what we want to check. Suppose I said pattern is cells and the file name is emp.txt. So saying file exists and it is a regular file. Now we'll use ls command to see which directories are present in our current directory. Okay, now we do have the option D. Option D is used to check it's a directory or what. So option D, the file name is directory. So we'll run the script. I have entered some pattern and now I will enter any directory name to check whether it is a really directory or what. So I have entered dir1. So it says it is directory. Now I have entered some pattern cells and file name as in a suppose F2. Now it says file is not directory. Yes, F2 it is not directory. So this is the way how we can check the type of the file. So option D is for directory. Now we'll repeat the same code to check the different file types. So option C can be used to check as a character file, character device file. Option B is used to check a block device file. Option L is used to check a link. So now we'll see how the code can be tested. So for that purpose, first of all, we have to do the long listing on the device folder. So where we can have some sample files which are character files or the block device files. So here the first column shows the output of ls command as what is the type of the file. Is it character device file, block device file, or is it a link? So if we see here, log, it is a kind of the link file. Loop 0, it is a kind of the block device file, whereas mem, it is a type of the character device file. So we'll see these files as an input for the given code. So this is our program. So I will enter some pattern just for test cells and the file name. So slash dev slash main. So we have seen main, it is the file type which is a no, it file exists, it is a directory, it is not directory. Okay, need to check some code. Okay, I have not modified the code. I will do the changes in the code. So again, moving towards the code. So first we are checking whether file exists or not. Then we are checking what is the type of the file. Option C for the character file, option B for the block device file, and option L for the link. So we'll run the code. And then we have to enter the file name. So slash dev slash main. So it says it's a file exists, it is character device file, it is not a block device file, and it is not also a link. As shell, it is an interpreter, so that's why it's giving an error for the line number 28. So now we'll see the for, we'll enter some pattern and then we'll see the file name as a log. Yes, file exists, but it's not a kind of the file. Then we'll see for loop 0. It is not a character device, but it is a block device, and it is not a link. So what kind of file is it? Accordingly, we are getting the output on the console. So this is the way how we can check the type of the file. File exists, whether it is regular or not. Then we can check whether file do have the read permission, write permission, or the execute permission. So we'll repeat the same code to check the option R is used to check the read permission. So I will say read present and read absent. Some pattern we have entered, and then we want to check the file permission emp.txt. So it's saying file exists and it have a read permission. Likewise, we want to check for the write and for the execute permission. So we'll repeat the same code just by replacing it with the option W for the write and option X for the execute. So it says file exists, read permission is present, write permission is present, but the execute permission is absent. If we see the permissions of the emp.txt file, yes, for user read and write permission is present, whereas execute permission is absent. So this is how we can check whether the file have read, write, execute permission, as well as what is the type of the file along with the if statement. So thank you.